This is John Paul. I'm coming to you from Tokyo, Japan. I did a story on Ellen last week, something like that, and I found out she was pretty mean. People didn't like her so much, but I also found out there was a Twitter thread on her where people told their stories about why she was mean, and I wanted to get into that. So this one is Ellen DeGeneres exposed on Twitter, and I say shocking. Usually, you click on one of these videos, sometimes it is shocking, but usually not really. This was actually kind of shocking. Let's take a look. So, some of these users are verified, some aren't. I'm not sure how important that is, but usually people who are verified have a bit of a bigger audience and a reputation. So, Benjamin here says, a new staff member was told every day she picks someone different to really hate. It's not your fault, just suck it up for the day and she'll be mean to someone else the next day. They didn't believe it, but it ended up being entirely true. That sounds, yeah, like some kind of odd personality flaw. This one here's got almost 9,000 likes there. Allison says, and she's verified as well, was working on a show at WB that was next to her stage. Was our showrunner's 50th birthday. Caterer grilling steaks outside for a special fancy lunch. Ellen sent someone over to demand they stop as she doesn't eat meat. She's the worst. I'm not sure she could actually do that or actually have it shut down. Like, I'm not sure she has that authority, but, still kind of a irritating thing to do. I get it. Some people don't eat meat, but, they're paying for a fancy thing and you're not actually connected to it. I have another food one. She polices her crew's lunch orders, nobody allowed to eat fish, etc. They would come hide on our stage to eat what they wanted away from her. That's odd. Yeah, like I said, I eat meat, I'm not a vegetarian, but I understand if people do. I'm cool with whatever you choose to do. Vegan, vegetarian, whatever it is. I don't push my morals on you in any way. That's just me personally. Not the worst thing, I guess, about her, but yeah, it's weird and irritating. So, Josh here says, oh boy, I have a few. A friend of mine told me about a custodian she knew who was fired because he was slightly autistic and forgot he wasn't allowed to look at or speak to her, and he loved greeting everyone. Now that is kind of shocking. Like Ellen just kind of fired someone because they were autistic, or not necessarily because they were autistic, but that was part of it. She couldn't be like, okay, he's autistic, I get it, give him some leeway. So, pretty bad. Another friend of mine was a PA on her show, and when Russell Brand came into the employee break area to chat with the crew and hang out, Ellen came in and got mad at him, saying he didn't have to interact with these people. That's why guests have their own area backstage. So, a little bit of a elitism attitude where, she's saying, oh, you're too good for these people. That sucks. I guess not quite shocking, but again, pretty bad. So Cassandra Tells You So says, after working for Ellen for over 5 years, close friend left to have baby and found different job on a union network show, benefits, etc. Ellen begged her to return, then fired her after 1 week, no reason given, and friend struggled for a long time with new baby and no benefits, etc. So that's pretty bad too. Ellen's worth millions of bucks, so she's got to invite this lady who just had a baby back, beg her to come back, and then fire her after a week out of spite, I guess. I mean, if she begs her to come back, the lady's doing a good job. So if you fire someone after a week, it seems like you're just spiteful they left the job in the first place. Chris says, I worked Real Food Daily served her and Portia at brunch. She wrote a letter to the owner and complained about my chipped nail polish. Not that it was on her plate, but just that it was on my hand. I had worked till closing the night before, and this was next morning. Almost got me fired. Yeah, okay, so that's pretty bad. It does have 17,000 likes, by the way. I guess when you're a multi-millionaire, you're going to be super sensitive to things like this, so I'll give Ellen like some leeway that some other multi-millionaire super famous people might do also, but come on. My sister worked for the Ellen Show for 2 years. This is from her. I saw Ellen in the hallways every day and would say hello, and she never once said hello back. She wouldn't smile. She wouldn't even acknowledge me at all for 2 seasons. That doesn't sound so nice. I mean, you could at least, give some kind of response to the person a little smile, little wave, little nod, little what's up, little anything for 2 seasons. Jeez. So Brett says, Kathy Griffin said that when Joan Rivers died, Ellen staunchly refused to do a tribute to her because her comedy and Kathy's were the wrong kind. Too mean-spirited, we love a pious comic. So, okay, Joan Rivers was pretty much a legend in the business. I don't know a whole lot about her, but I've been seeing her my whole life on TV, being respected by other comedians, things like that. So I can't exactly hold Ellen's feet to the fire for not wanting to do something. But, it would seem like the good thing to do for a fellow person in the business. Okay, now this one is shocking. My brother is a Wish kid. His wish was to be at the 12 Days of Ellen, which was arranged 1 month before they canceled because Ellen refuses to interact with disabled people. Crushed his heart. Now that's fucked up. I mean, if this is true, if what this guy says is true, and he actually won something connected to her show that she gives away, 12 Days with Ellen, and she did not want to work with someone disabled, yeah, it's pretty shocking. That's pretty fucked up. I just said it. Heard recently that Ellen, the supposed animal lover, has a bad habit of adopting really cute kittens and puppies, but as they get older, she'll get tired of them and force friends, family, or staff to adopt them. Okay, I mean, at least she's not just like getting rid of them and kicking them to the curb, but that sounds really odd. When I had pets in my life, I kept them until the end. You love your pets, basically. That's how it is. Yeah, okay, everyone wants to get that next, like, cute kitten, cute puppy, or whatever when your pet starts getting older, so maybe you do and you have the two of them or something like that. You don't just, like, get rid of it. That's pretty heartless. Kathy says, not sure if anybody's mentioned this, but she adopted a dog on a typical rescue contract, must be returned if not kept, then gave it away to her housekeeper. Then, when the rescue busted her, she badmouthed the rescue and got her fans to harass them. She sucks, I hate her. I remember that and thinking she is more upset about being called out than she is about the dog's well-being. I was PAing for the Letterman special and her rider was 50 items long and one was specific vegan cauliflower puffs that are rarely sold, so I had to drive to 15 different grocery stores to find them and she didn't even touch them. Alright, that's pretty bad too, and obviously the thing up here about having her fans harass someone's pretty bad too. It seems like Ellen doesn't have a soft spot for animals, or she just likes them for like a year or a short amount of time until she just wants to get rid of them and put them on someone else's responsibility. So those are the ones I wanted to go over, some that stuck out in my mind, but I gotta tell you guys something. There were dozens and dozens of these. I could have just kept clipping these things out and probably made an hour video if I had the time. I mean, they just went down and down and down the line. So not everything you heard here was completely terrible and shocking. Well, some were. Some were probably just something that a lot of rich people also do, but some of them, to me, were a little bit over the edge. You guys, let me know what you think down below. Before I started making these videos on Ellen, I didn't really have a strong opinion of her. I thought she was just, some fun comic or whatever who obviously had opinions on gay rights and things like that, which is like, totally cool with me. But it seems like she's a manic, crazy aunt of Amber Heard or something like that. Anyway, if you're not subscribed here, smash that subscribe button. I'm doing shout outs, special thanks. This little hair is like sticking up right here, and yeah, I always make these videos before I go to bed and I hate it. I wish I had like a normal life. I could wake up, drink some coffee, have the whole day, edit a video for like 5 hours, but I got like, 40 minutes. But being what it is, they come out pretty good. See you next time.
Central Parkway